Hello everyone once again and welcome to Thursday night TPC Sports Game Time. My name's Meter and I'm joined in the booth here today by my good friend, broadcast colleague, and the founder of the TPCFL, Brian Langell. How's it going today, Langell?
Meter, I am absolutely pumped for this game. I caught some heat talking about this game last night in the broadcast. So tonight, I'm watching this with all eyes open.
You did indeed. I gotta wonder, how much money did you put down on Kivstyle and the Minnesota Vikings to win this one?
Well, after this game, we'll find out if there's a Christmas or it's canceled, one or the other.
Fair enough. Chicago starting with the ball. The kick was into the end zone, too far to return, so the opening snap will be from the 25. Here it comes, coming in quickly and taken down. My goodness, he came in very quickly. Barr cut up with a sack right away.
That's a bold opening play by Kivstyle and the Vikings.
2nd and 18. They need to make up a lot of yards. Not the way you want to start the game, but there is a lot of time on the board still. Snap, handoff, getting out towards the right side. One guy to get past, spinning into him, and taken down at the 20-yard line. Cohen managing to pick up 3 yards on that run attempt.
This is going to be an awful long 3rd and 15, but we've seen this made multiple times by multiple owners in the league. This is not an impossibility.
Not at all. Trubisky in I formation, one out wide on either side. Robinson way over to the left side. The snap, dropping back, looking downfield, throwing over the middle. This one directly at a defender, and it's swatted out of the air.
Almost intercepted. But at least Colby now gets to kick it out of his end down back into the Vikings area of the field, as opposed to an interception, which would have been on the 20-yard line.
And Colby, one of the best punters in the league by far. We'll see what he has here. I did just refresh the stream. I think the audio was a little bit ahead of the video, but now everything seems to be A-okay. So we see a return back to the 40-yard line.
And now an unexpected timeout. We'll get you back to the action ASAP. Now, I just did oh, there we go. I was going to say, I did that restart. It didn't come back for me, but here we go. We're good.
Colbus, 1984, is the Chicago Bears head coach. He came over from the Saints a couple of seasons ago now, correct?
I believe it was in season 3 that he made that jump from the Saints to the Bears.
And after doing so, the Bears, their first 3 seasons, they were 3-18, 6-10, and 4-12. Their best season, they had a 35% win rate. They were winning 35% of their games. The first year Colbus took over, they went 15 wins, 1 loss. Absolutely unreal.
Was that season 4?
That was season 4, the first season that Colbus had the Chicago Bears as his franchise.
I somehow thought that was season 3, but TPCFootball.com does not lie, and neither does Meter.
We're getting some major lag here. I apologize. It must be that Canadian internet.
Yeah, that 1.5 gigabit is terrible for streaming.
Oh, man, I've set him off.
I refreshed it. It seems to be working okay for me at this point.
Meanwhile, you look at Kivstyle. He's been in this league this is his 6th consecutive season in 6 seasons of the league existing. He won the first 2 seasons. He became the first and 2nd champion and the only 2-time TPCFL champion in history. And his worst season was still well over 500.
He's got 1 foot into the door of the Hall of Fame already.
He does indeed. And as far as veterans go, he is at the top of the charts there.
I agree. And wait, I shouldn't say anything biased during this game. I will refrain from that until the game is over. Before I make any more comments.
1st and 10 from the 41. Handoff, and he is hit hard. Oh, my goodness. Cook just got wrecked.
He got pounced on. That was huge.
Goldman comes out of nowhere and says, no, 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 no. You're not getting any further.
No, in fact, you're going backwards. 2nd and 12 now from the 42.
They need to move 12 yards forwards to pick up the first down. Get that ball down to the 30-yard line. One out to the left. The defense spreading out, possibly anticipating a pass play. Oh, pinching back in as they call for an audible here.
Is dropping. We're down to 5.
Play action, thrown out to the right side, and it's swatted out of his hand. What a beautiful play. Well done.
3rd and 12. The defense of the Bears coming up strong. And now it's the Vikings that are in a 3rd and long situation.
And that was just a little out pass to the right side. Just trying to move the ball forward a little bit. Maybe pick up half of what they needed. Instead, some amazing under defense happening. And Chicago swatting the ball away the second it touched the receiver.
They were on that like a magnet.
Diggs way out to the left. Offensive line very strong to the right side. And a man in the backfield, the snap, dropping back to the 50, throwing over the middle. And this one is swatted out of the air as well.
Cousins 1 for 3 on that drive. 4th and 12. And they're forced to punt.
Roquan Smith forcing the punt now after swatting that one out of the air. Great defense once again. Both of these teams forcing the other team to punt the ball away.
This could be a huge defensive battle, much like we saw last night.
Robinson Fun saying, bear down, and Shane with a host. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Somebody's here scouting these two teams.
It's a smart thing to do. If you're part of this league, you got to keep up with what's going on.
And the follow from Robinson Fun as well. Thank you, brother. And the host, the three-peat. Comment, follow, host. What a champion.
Most definitely.
Little handoff up the middle, picking up 2 yards. 2nd and 8 now from the 22. Slanger with a host. This is a plethora of hosts here, one after the other. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much.
There ain't no party like a TPCFL party because the TPCFL party doesn't stop me.
Now that's the truth and a mouthful.
Yes, it definitely is.
Snap. Throw over the middle, wide open, getting some blocking, a beautiful spin move, pushing forward through 2 tackles. What a play, 27 yards.
And just like that, the Bears are at center field.
Gabriel just couldn't be taken down. Slangel saying she has to play Colby in 2 weeks and Kim next week. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a murderer's row.
Lateral out to the right side. Cohen taken down for a loss of 2 on the pitch play. 2nd and 12 now from the 47.
I find the pitch play, it's either it works great or it doesn't work at all. There doesn't seem to be an in-between with them.
Well, fair enough. In this case, it was the latter.
Agreed.
Handoff, trying to move forward and hit down hard once again. Cohen picks up a yard.
11. Both teams are making it very difficult. You know, you can get one set of downs, but the second or third one, there's definite problems here. This is the 3rd time we've seen a 3rd and long.
The defense by these teams is unreal. And I'll tell you what, that's my favorite type of game.
Mm-hmm.
Big, heavy defense with big hits. Trying to get the ball away is Trubisky, and he's sacked way behind the line. All the way back to the 40, a loss of 8.
I sense a corner kick coming, though.
Will it be? Heading rapidly towards the sideline. This one to about the 9. It's going to be returnable, though. Cutting back into the 20 and taken out at the 21. A great run back for Diggs.
It's going to be interesting to see who cracks the code first. We've had both teams punting the ball back and forth. It's going to be interesting to see, who figures out the game plan first and executes to get into that end zone.
Shane in chat cheering on Kiv. So we see a failed run attempt out to the right side.
Shane, don't do that. Don't do that. It causes problems in social media immediately.
Shane says, come on, Kiv. Sorry, Colbus. I want the number 1 seed.
Oh.
This is not about prediction. This is about selfish gain. And you know what?
I understand.
I respect that.
I do as well. You should always believe in your team and want the best out of it. So Shane's on the right path there.
The handoff attempt, the outside zone play, getting hit and taken down. A loss of 4. 2nd and 14 now to end the first. Coming up into the second, Cousins directly behind the center. 2 in the backfield, offset.
Did you see that stat where the total yards are 15 to 13? Wait a second.
That's going to be hitting low, roughing the passer.
It definitely is.
I'm sorry, what
penalty.
What was the stat?
Just before that play, the total yards were 15 for the Vikings and 13 for
my goodness.
the Bears.
Talk about a low game. A very high defense.
Shows how getting sacked, gaining 27 on a play and getting sacked for 11 will take you backwards really quick.
It very well will. The 15-yard penalty plus an 8-yard run moves him to the 41-yard line. 2nd and 2 now for Minnesota.
And Murray's now positive in the rushing yards now. With that 8-yard gain, he's now up by 5.
Robinson cheering on Colby and the Bears, hoping that some of this fantasy element will come into play here and they won't be like the real Chicago Bears.
Exactly.
Throwing this one very deep into coverage, and it's picked off. What an interception, so deep. Fuller comes up with it.
Wow.
That one bombed downfield. He was getting pressured heavy from the side.
And unfortunately, for Kiv and the Vikings, the defense is right back out on the field again.
Trubisky now 1 out wide on either side. Men on either end of the offensive line, and 1 in the backfield. The handoff fake, looking, throwing while being hit, and it's swatted down. That was a very dangerous play, but he was able to force the incompletion instead of the sack. A sack there might have left them on the 1-yard line or worse.
Total yards, 14 for Minnesota, 15 for Chicago. This is incredible.
Unreal. 11 pass yards per team. Run attempt now, Cohen picks up 5. 3rd and 5 now from the 17.
It probably won't end up like this, but this could officially be the first game where neither team has more than, let's say, 60 yards offense.
That's a fair point. That would be amazing.
It would be.
As we say that, here's a throw over the middle. This one's caught. He's got all sorts of room. Finally taken down at the 44, but the damage is done. 27 yards for Robinson.
And that actually puts him at 60 yards offense. Called it.
Xavier Rhodes getting the tackle in the backfield, preventing an absolutely devastating touchdown and holding them to the 44-yard line. Man in motion from the right side of the line to the left. The snap, handoff, trying to get up the middle, but the defense just comes in way too fast. Howard with a loss of 2 on that run attempt. And Ben Gideon just came in quick and made them pay.
I'm telling you, this defensive team of the Vikings, they know what's up.
Snap, handoff, getting out to the sideline. Cohen, a beautiful spin move, and he's tucked in on his own guy. He couldn't get around Gabriel. He had all sorts of daylight. He would have had a first down, no doubt. He juked out 2 guys at once. Instead,
absolutely incredible.
Picks up a couple of yards. 3rd and 4 now. Snap, dropping back, throwing out to the left side, wide open. He's got all sorts of room. One guy to get past. He tries to do his spin, is taken down, but they move the ball 22 yards forward to the 28-yard line. Now they have 60 yards just in passing.
I think when I mentioned earlier, one of these teams are going to figure it out. I think it was Chicago at this point.
At least thus far. 2 out to the left, a man in the backfield, handoff, trying to weave up forward, and taken down, picks up a couple of good yards there, 4 to be exact, and moves the ball to the 24. They are getting ready to pierce the red zone.
The most exciting 20 yards in football. Of course, the last 10 are the most exciting on that.
I could not agree more. The snap, dropping back behind the 30 to the 25, thrown over the middle. This one's caught, fighting forward through 3 tackles, finally taken down, 21 yards. Wow.
And now taken down at the 3. This is incredible.
2-minute warning.
Yeah.
Not only are they in the red zone, they are deep in the red zone. They are deep in the red hot zone. The 3-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock. Chicago looking to put some points on the board. I formation, handoff, fake throwing, and it's a catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
And we are now, the score is now 6-0 pending the extra kick.
That all-out blitz did not make Colby and Trubisky panic. They saw what they needed, threw it right over the middle, got a touchdown, 9 plays, 88 yards, 3 minutes, 15 seconds for that drive. A long, long drive, but I'll tell you what, it's a real sweet ending when you got 7 points on your side of the field.
I like to refer to that as Colby 315.
This one brought out from deep in the end zone, getting to the 25 still, taken down at the 26. A very risky play, but making it happen. Well done. A great run out by Sergio Moss, the rookie, trying to prove
to make it out to the 26.
He's got.
Sorry, Meter.
No, absolutely. This guy's got something to prove out there.
Definitely does. And I would assume the Vikings right now are angry now that they're losing this game, as is Kivstyle, who is really relaxed but does not like to be behind in a game.
I did hear that after last season they had to increase the clipboard budget by 40%.
Yeah, that does sound accurate.
Go throw out to the left side, picks up the first. Hurry up offense. 1st and 10 now on the 36. 1 out wide on either side, 2 in the backfield. The snap, thrown over the middle, another catch. There's a first down. Getting a great block to move the ball forward to the opposite side of the field now, the 48. Cousins, hurry up offense again. I formation with Murray. Also in the backfield, I apologize, not I formation. This is pistol with Murray off to the right with 1 out wide on either side. The snap, looking, getting pressured, taking off his Cousins. A missed tackle, and he is running it himself, jogging downfield and stepping out of bounds at the 28 to stop the clock dead at 112.
21 yards on that one play alone on the ground with the quarterback. That is amazing, Meter.
Absolutely huge. What an outstanding play to move the ball to the 28, the wherewithal to step out of bounds, avoid the hit, stop the clock. That is a veteran move.
It definitely is. We had a poll in the chat asking, who do you have in this game, Chicago or Minnesota? With 1 vote, it was Chicago 100%.
It's weird that Colby can vote while he's playing.
Weird, right?
The snap,
if I had to make a guess,
looking, throwing, and he's sacked. He's not able to get the ball away. Hurry up offense again.
2nd and 19 with a minute left in the half.
Calling out to the right side. Time clicking on off the clock here. The snap, looking, no pressure. Here he comes, throwing it away. Cousins able to get the ball away. Barely, very close.
3rd and 19. I'd say I would say they're in field goal range, but they don't want a field goal. They want 7 points going into the locker room.
3rd and 19 is a hard situation.
It is.
50 seconds. They have all their timeouts. The snap. Dropping back to the 45. Back further. Trying to get the ball away, and he's sacked again. Floyd this time coming up. Absolutely massive. A 10-yard drop. And now definitely out of field goal range.
I would say so. And still, the veteran move by Kivstyle, letting that clock drop. So at the most, Colby will have 5 seconds to play.
Now, Colby has all their timeouts, but they also have the lead, so maybe they don't care.
You always should care about getting points. But yes, I mean, it's much easier with the lead.
You know,
but again, this veteran move of draining the clock, brilliant strategy by Kivstyle.
You know, there's getting points, but there's also a risk to getting points as this one sails through the end zone. And that risk is very much realized by a lot of these teams in this league, especially the Texans.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, I would not try to bomb it into the end zone by any means, but I'd try a few mid-range passes to get into field goal range and go up by 2 scores.
Colby, of course, I have a record
I have a record. No. I meant when Minnesota had the ball. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I have a record of 4-8. So what do I know this season?
You know a heck of a lot, Langell. You've been to the playoffs many, many times.
I have.
Absolutely not a stranger to victory.
No, you're right. I've had previous good seasons. I'm hoping to turn it around next season, season 7.
This one being run out and brought down at the 26. Kiv not afraid to take the leap and run that ball out.
No, that's one thing about him. I mean, he's feet to the ground and hit the ground running, and every other cliche I could throw in there, but he doesn't back down. He moves in one direction, and that's forward.
Cousins now directly behind the center, a man in the backfield. Offensive line strong to the right side, one out to the left. A handoff, cutting back in. A beautiful run right up the middle, picking up some good yards. 6 yards on the opening play of the half.
We've seen so many people start off the second half of the game losing, trying to gain yards really fast and get intercepted on their first drive of the second half. I don't think we're going to see Kiv fall into that.
I feel personally attacked.
No, I do it all the time, dude.
One out to the left, one in the backfield. The snap, looking, throwing over to the left side, and this one's caught. He's got some room.
My feed locked up for a second, and it went from almost being sacked to suddenly the ball's up the field. Great play by the Vikings.
And Diggsy, baby, 13 yards. The ball pushed forward to the 45. Same formation, that strong offensive line to the right side. Snap, handoff, fake, kind of. Trying to get the ball away and sacked again. Bush this time. Every member of the Bears is going to walk away today with a sack.
It seems as though the Bears' strategy is to blitz as much as possible. Force the Vikings back. If I was Minnesota right now, I'd throw in some screen passes to try to beat that blitz.
He did do one screen pass earlier, and it was actually very effective.
I find it easier to figure out a game plan when I'm watching someone else's game than playing my own.
Fair enough. I formation, 2 out to the left. The snap, looking downfield, thrown over the middle. This one almost intercepted. Dropped the ball, but only just. Danny Trevathan, his 8th season in the league, unable to hold on to it, but it does force a very hard 3rd and 19. These 3rd and longs have been the absolute antithesis of Minnesota's game here today.
I'm sensing a blitz.
As has that. Smith this time with a sack, a loss of 6.
Sacks by Chicago, 5, and we're 2 minutes into the second half.
Wild. This Cousins is not happy with his offensive line right now. This kick to about the 10, being brought back out, getting some good blocking, a spin move, a glitch in the matrix, and taken out at the 28.
I am absolutely shocked how easily the Bears are forcing the Vikings back right now.
This formation looks familiar. The same
Doesn't
one
it?
Minnesota just did 2 or 3 times. Trubisky thrown out to the left side, working a little better for him. This one's caught and brought down at the 50.
Trubinsky 6 for 8 now for 122 yards. Which means they have 2 yards rushing so far in this game.
This game might have started out slow, but it opened up the floodgates here. Soon as Chicago got off the blocks. Speaking of bad rushing, Cohen with a handoff and a loss of 2 on the all-out blitz. Nobody fooled on that one.
No one on that one. And it seems to be that now Minnesota is also following that blitz strategy, trying to force the opponent back.
Another handoff, getting out to the right side. Now one guy to get past. He spins past him. He's got all sorts of room. The 20, the 10, and that one's coming home, baby. Touchdown, Cohen and the Bears.
Into the end zone, 13-0. Potentially 14 based on the PAT, which is about to happen.
What a beautiful run play. Getting stopped for a loss of 2 on the first run. Doesn't stop him for a second. Comes right back with another. And runs it the rest of the way home.
They've taken a commanding lead at this point.
Doubling the lead they had. 14-0. Minnesota will receive the ball halfway through the end zone. And guess what? They're going to take this one back out. Getting some decent blocking. They find a hole. Oh, a missed tackle. He's going to take a yard again. The 30, the 20. What an answer from Minnesota. Touchdown.
And just like that, the Vikings are not only on the board, they've cut the lead in half in 1 play meter.
That's 0 plays by my clock. My goodness. Just takes the ball and returns it all the way. What an amazing play. Wow.
You only see that from the best players in this league, but every game is exciting. You never know when you're going to see something like that happen. For the record, I've never done that.
This one going to be returned from the end zone. This is how the last one started. Taken down at the 26. Still not bad field position for bringing it out from midway through your own end zone.
Oh, agreed. Totally agreed. Both of these teams are really good at that. What's interesting is there's no yardage on the stat sheet for Minnesota on that, so they still only have 50-some yards. But yet, only 14-7 at this point.
Absolutely wild. The total yards will reflect, but you're right. Offensive yards, that's not going to show up. That's special teams.
Mm-hmm.
2nd and 13 now. A loss of 3 on the very, very hard hit. Looked like a forearm to the chest.
This has been a hard-hitting game from the opening play.
Snap, throw out to the right side. This one's caught and brought forward for a pickup of 9. That was a great little play there. He waited for his guy to get from the left to the right. He had a guy running an out route on the underside of the right side. He stepped up, took the only block that was necessary up on the right side, and they threw to the guy running across the center who ran up the sideline. Beautiful play. If the block had held for a second more, he would have had all sorts of room.
These two are playing a game of chess right now, and Minnesota has given up 2 touchdowns. Chicago only 1, but this game is far from over, Meter. Far from over.
I could not say that better myself. That throw was over the middle. Run forward, a pickup of 12 and a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 now from the 45 I formation with a couple out to the right side. The snap, lateral out to the right. He's got some good blocking. One guy to get past, and he pushes through him and takes it down to the 48 on the opposite side of the field. That's an 8-yard gain.
And the the drive just keeps going here for the Bears. Quick shout out in Colby's chat. Batgirl has joined and said, "Let's go Vikings." So
she joined his chat specifically to troll him.
Yes, that's what it appears to be.
And Minnesota coming up with a sack of their own, a loss of 9 here.
And yet another 3rd and long. That seems to be the trend of this game, Meter.
It does. 3rd and 11. The clock keeps ticking. They'll probably get one more playoff here before the end of the 3rd. 2 to the left, 1 to the right.
What a 4th quarter this is going to be.
Trubisky in the shotgun takes the snap, dropping back. A man coming in quick from the left side. He's hit, but he throws the ball forward. It falls incomplete. 4th and 11 now with 6 seconds left here on the clock, and we're going to be looking at another coffin kick attempt.
I would definitely say so.
O'Donnell punting this one away. It's headed towards the sideline, and it's out of bounds at the 4. He receives it, but steps out, and that is where we will start the 4th. Minnesota with the ball on the 4-yard line, trailing by 7. They got a long way to go, but last time, having a long way to go didn't mean anything. He ran it the length of the field.
Totally agree. I think that Chicago had to kick it out of bounds just for the risk that could happen again.
That's a fair point. Handoff, trying to move forward, bringing it about a yard. That'll move the ball to the 5-yard line. 2nd and 9 now for Minnesota.
Got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Now, Minnesota has been plagued by sacks all game. A sack right now could mean a safety.
It definitely could. If Cousins drops back and ends up in that end zone, he needs to get out of Dodge quickly.
Snap, handoff going towards the left and dropping him immediately. He didn't gain a single yard. Cook, 2 rushes, -2 yards, nothing on that one. 3rd and 9.
Interesting to see what the Vikings put together on this. They need a 1st down critically right now. I'm sensing a blitz.
Snap, handoff fake, thrown over the middle. This one is caught through the arms of a defender and taken down, but the 1st down is there. Hurry up offense. 2 to the left, Rudolph on the right side of the offensive line. Snap, handoff to the man in the backfield, trying to get up forward and bringing it forward to the 32-yard line. A 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
So if you're Chicago at this point, what's going through your mind? Like, how do you stop the last quarter drive of Minnesota? Because we've seen Kiv pull this off numerous times.
You know, I would not be too worried about the last quarter drive. When you have the lead by 7, worst case scenario, they tie the game and you get the ball back. There's over 4 minutes left and you have all your timeouts. The biggest thing is let the clock tick down as much as possible. So even if they score, you get the ball back as the last one to control the ball.
Expert analysis by Meter.
I formation now, 1 out wide on either side. Offensive line strong on the right side. The snap, dropping back, throwing over to the right side. This one is caught and dropped. He's hit hard by 2 defenders and drops the ball.
He has to go for it on this. I mean, I know he's only on his 32-yard line, but if he gives the ball back to Chicago, Chicago is smart enough to eat that clock and almost end the game.
It looks like they will be going for it. Cousins stays out. Same formation, 4th and 5. This is a pivotal moment right here. The snap, looking, waiting. They come in and they sack him. Oh my God, Goldman coming up with a sack this time.
I believe that completes the whole set, doesn't it?
I think he completed his punch card.
Yeah. Wow, 6 sacks. The Bears are not messing around here. They are out to prove a point tonight, and they're using it with brute force to do it.
They get the ball at the 24, getting some great blocking outfield on the handoff and taking it out of bounds at the 12. They've punctured deep into the red zone now, all the way down to the 12. And
you know where they almost are.
They're almost there, but not quite yet.
Get ready, folks.
Looking to put this one in the end zone and maximize their lead, double it. Right now it's 7. I formation, 2 out to the left. Snap, lateral out to the right side. One guy to get around, and he's hit by him and taken down at the 14. A loss of 2 on the play.
2nd and 12. That clock dropping. We're now under 3.5 minutes.
The hurry up, the chew clock offense out on the field.
Now we're down to under 3 minutes to play.
Snap, handoff fake, looking, throwing into the end zone, and this one's caught. Touchdown, Chicago!
That is definitely going to put the pressure on Minnesota at this point.
I believe that was Trey Burton with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Impressive. Minnesota's going to need one of those kick returns to come right back into the end zone, then pull off an onside kick. It's an uphill battle.
There's still a lot of time. 3 minutes with all your timeouts. It's a lot of time. But you're definitely right. They need to score quick here. This one being brought out to the 20, and he was stopped quick. There was all sorts of guys ready to take him down.
I think they're leery of what happened earlier in the game. So, yeah, everybody go for the man with the ball.
Cousins in the shotgun, a man flanking him on either side. 2 out to the right, 1 to the left. The snap, dropping back to the 10. Looking, throwing this one deep. Last time it was intercepted. This time it's caught. He reels it in at the 31.
That was amazing.
From the 31-yard line, hurry up offense, same formation. Cousins stomps his foot. The clock's still ticking, making a call. The snap, handoff fake, rolling out to the left, and he's sacked again. Lynch with his 2nd.
That's the problem with the play action pass. You leave yourself wide open for a sack with that.
The clock keeps moving. 2-minute warning. And to reset here, 2nd and 18. 2 minutes left on the clock. From the opponent's 39-yard line, Minnesota has the ball, trailing by 14, looking to put some points on the board. And then I think we might be in the territory you're talking about, Langell, in maybe needing an onside kick.
I don't think there's any other way. He has to go for both of those.
Snap, looking. Backing up to the 50, thrown out to the right side, and this one's caught and stripped out of his hand. What a beautiful play. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Wow, the player's getting
aggressive.
aggressive.
That 1 meter.
I did too. Thielen jaw-jacking with the defender who swatted the ball away and then receiving a push. The refs are going to let that one go. There's some hot blood out here, but who can blame them? This has been a hard-fought game.
From the opening play, the opening drive, I agree.
Snap here, faking out to the right, then throwing it there anyway, and it's easily swatted down. Made it look effortless and forcing a 4th and 18 where they have to go for it.
They have no choice. They have to. If they don't go for this, the game is over.
And if they don't get it, the same is probably true.
I agree.
3 out to the left, 1 to the right. From the shotgun, Cook just off to the right. The snap, Cousins looking, waiting in the pocket, throwing over the middle into the double coverage. This one swatted down. Better he didn't intercept that because now they have the ball on the 39 with 1:45 left to play.
Exactly, as opposed to within the 10. Definitely. I mean, interceptions are nice stats to have, but you got to think of the whole team.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Cohen way in the backfield. The handoff to him, trying to push forward, pushing through his own defender, spinning and picking up a first down. Timeout, Minnesota. Two more chances to stop the clock. One out to the left. From the pistol with one flanking on either side. McDowell in motion from the left side all the way over to the right side of the offensive line. The snap, handoff, trying to push forward and taken down for a loss of 1. Timeout, Minnesota.
We're now 2nd and 11 with 1:36 on the clock. Minnesota only 1 timeout left.
2nd and 11 from the 48. 2 to the left, the snap. Trying to throw over the middle. This one's bouncing around wildly, and it falls incomplete. That was dangerous. Everybody was on the line there. That was a field goal kick block. What an interesting play to call. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Neither did I. I have never seen that or thought of that. And this is 6 seasons in. The innovation of these owners has grown from season 1 on. You never know what you see in this league.
The same formation now with one guy standing in the end zone for the defense. Everybody else about to blitz. Uh-oh. Snap, looking, can't get the ball away, and he is sacked. 4th and 19 now.
Yeah, do you take that time out to get yourself a minute 20 to play?
I don't know. That is a real hard call. Oh, Colby is not going to let the clock be eaten. He's just going to kick it. I don't know if that's sportsmanship strategy or what, but pushing through off the reception and bringing the ball to the 23. Minnesota has 1 timeout and 1:06 to score 14 points, starting this drive from the 23-yard line. They need to score quick. How are they going to play this?
I would say they need a huge play, whether it be a run or into the end zone sort of pass here.
Deep ball to Thielen. There it is, going deep to Thielen in a double coverage, and it bounces in the air, and it's intercepted by Chicago. Fuller with his 2nd interception of the night.
They had to go for it. They had no choice. They needed points in a desperate way. And unfortunately for the Vikings, they're going to come up short in this game now.
There were 2 Vikings and 1 Bear in that area. And he was able to swat the ball into the air, catch his own deflection, intercept the ball, and end this game. Minnesota's going to let this time run out, as will Chicago. They're in victory formation. Just letting the clock tick. Wow. What a game.
I was going to say, what a game.
And such an amazing game. Minnesota calls a timeout. Big leaguing, as Colby would say. Get your GGs in chat. Iceman showing up. And Donnie Becker, thank you so much for dropping by. Just for you, I'll give you what you came to hear. You missed the times they were there, but they did come, though brief. The Red Hot Zone, which is where this punt might end up.
That needs to be a shirt. That seriously needs to be a shirt. And I think everybody who follows this league would buy one instantly.
We may look into that. We'll get a hold of our merch people. Someone get Langell on the phone.
Yeah.
Our graphics guy. What an amazing game here today. I got to give full props to both of these guys. Such amazing players. Colby's going to be real proud of that one. I know Kiv. I've played Kiv many times. I don't know if I've ever beaten Kiv. This guy is really good at what he does, and Colby and Trubisky just had amazing games here today.
I was looking to see the final stats wrap up, but apparently that is not happening in this game.
No, a lot of stats for one team, and there were some stats for another team, I think. And that's my expert analysis.
A very accurate description. Yes, that definitely wraps it up well. So I want to thank everyone who tuned in. Like you said, Illust and Robinson, Shane's Gaming, Slangel. What a game. Thank you for tuning in. And we have games next week, Meter.
We do.
We have games coming up next week. Let me just check the schedule and find out what that's going to be from our website, tpcfootball.com.
If you are watching this right now and you're not subscribed wherever you watch, Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, go ahead and do so now, because we do this multiple times a week, every single week. And while you're at it, you got Kiv Style and Cobus 1984's tags at the bottom of your screen. They're both on Mixer. Go ahead and give them a follow, because both of these guys are so good at what they do, and they play every single week.
Definitely. Now, coming up next week, we have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the same Minnesota Vikings. And we also have the Kansas City Chiefs, Iceman Illust in the chat, facing off with Bama Shocks. It'll be the Chiefs and the Chargers.
Can the Chargers upset them and give them their first loss of the season? Oh, there's your
tune in.
There's your stats, Landro.
Go ahead. Oh. How did we get? Oh, I see how they did it. Yes.
Going to the box score. Time of possession just in Chicago's favor. Chicago with more third down conversions. They were the only ones to get into the red zone. Total yards were in Minnesota's favor, but most of those, 200 of them, came from the kick returns.
Yes. Yes. Offensive rushing yards, 36 yards for the Vikings, 89 yards for the Bears. And the passing, 214 to 104. The Bears dominant in practically every statistic in this game.
Absolutely. What an amazing game. So we have the Chargers taking on the Chiefs. We have the Cowboys going against the Vikings. That's going to be a great game. That
is going to be as hard to call as this game was, because Slangel and the Cowboys are unpredictable at best, and they can make stuff happen. She is, again, we've mentioned it before, the most improved player in this league.
By
taking on
far.
the veteran Kiv Style.
I'm actually really excited for that game.
I am too.
I look forward to watching it and most likely calling it as well. And Colby's in chat giving a good old-fashioned Ric Flair woo.
Well, Colby has proved tonight, in order to be the man, you got to beat the man. And my hat's off to him. He did that tonight.
Absolutely. Any closing remarks, Langell? Anything else we might have missed here today?
I don't think we missed anything, but I just want to point out quickly that we do these games for you guys to enjoy them in the broadcast bits. So we hope you do. If you have any feedback, let us know. But thank you for tuning in wherever you are, and just get ready, because the regular season is wrapping up and we're going to the playoffs where you can't miss a play, never mind a drive. You can't miss a game in the TPCFL playoffs, and it's coming up soon.
I am really excited for that. Go ahead, guys, drop that follow. Head on over to tpcfootball.com or TPCFL on Twitter. My broadcast partner, Langell, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Meter. It was a pleasure to share the booth with you, sir.
Likewise, as always. And my name's Ben Meter. Thank you guys for joining us, and I hope you all have an outstanding rest of your night.